Canon, I understand what it's like to not really provide anything to society. I myself find myself in that position. I said myself twice in one sentence just there. I don't make a lot of sense or provide any. I've already said that part. Today we talk about a very confusing Canon lineup that has a number situation more diabolical than any diabetes blood sugar readout.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
I did actually have to be on that. Why did he do a U-turn? Those are illegal. So we're on the GoPro 11 in hyperview with, oh God, that's bound to look great. Thanks, shade compensation, not existing at all. I have a selfie stick. It's pretty long. So after this Canon R8, which does not roll off the tongue, by the way, R8. Frickin', why not R9? That rolls right off, R9. Feels good to say, R8. The hell? You shouldn't have two consonants repeating themselves in follow-up words. Like, I'm Adam Artwood. You're a loser. Now first I just want to run through Canon's mirrorless lineup to make sense of the numbers, the model numbers that I don't understand. So it almost makes sense and then it flips and reverses in a satanic fashion. I'm going on this side. Take that sunlight. You have the R1, which is the mythical best camera ever made. Not out yet, just rumored, but that's their flagship, the 1. It's always been like that in their DSLRs, 1DX. So this R1 will be fantastic. That's their flagship. Next one up, R3. Okay, so as the numbers get higher, you get worse in Canon's eyes. First place for the R1, and then, oh, third place. Bronze medal, it's okay. It's not bad, so it's making sense so far. Then you have the R5. For some reason, Canon does the odd numbers. There's no R2, there's no R4. Might never be, but you'll see it switch up. So the R5, okay, kind of mid-range, almost professional. R6, getting worse. Okay, we're making sense. R7, okay, it's worse, but you're APS-C now. That should be a completely different naming scheme. I don't get it. Usually they do a double digit R80. I mean, what's that? 80D. Take that. I got 80Ds for your mom. So you got the R7, and then R8 is full frame and better than the R7. What happened there? That should be a different lineup. You know that's the RP Mark II, right? You know that, right? People are saying it's the EOS R Mark II. No, that has not been replaced. The battery life is so much smaller. Custom modes, only 2. We'll get to that. Let's just get to it right now. The RP had 3 custom modes. The R8 has 2. Why? You're trying to tell me there was no room left on the dial. But if I'm being honest with you, RP Mark II, this R8, it is better, like a lot better. It's a really nice upgrade to the RP Mark II, except the battery life did not change. And that's why it can't be considered an R Mark II, because we're talking 30 megapixels. We're talking custom modes for video and photo. Can we even do that on the R8? Probably not. And where's my touch bar? Probably the most diabolical plan to remove that thing. I use that every day. I'm going home to use it right now. It's so fun. Is Hyperview ruining your life or bettering it? I could do wildlife photography, like just put you up into a tree. Who needs to zoom? Any birds want to come prove that? Just rest on this perch. I don't have any seeds. We're in linear plus horizon lock now. What a time to be alive. So it almost makes sense, their lineup, but a couple odd quirks with the R7, R8. I really think that R7 should have been the R70 or something. But when it comes to their APS-C lineup, that sun is blinding. Any birds? Why am I making that so dramatic? You better horizon lock to that. Wow, that looks muddy and slippery. I am going to die. Good thing I'm not wearing a sweater that's easily stained. And it's quiet too. That's good. You know what's funny? Someone did fall here and they dropped their money. $1, $2. Oh wow, it keeps on going. Oh my god. There's $5, $5.20. Wow. The real debate is, should I keep it or leave it as a gift for someone else? Oh, that is the debate. So on their full frame lineup, you can see as the numbers increase, the camera gets worse. In the APS-C line, it's the opposite. So you have the R7 is the best, R50 worse. Wait, is 50 more than 7? Oh boy. Oh, I should have looked that up. Oh, but when it comes to the R10, what the? Wait, R50 worse than the R10. Oh boy, I did not think this through at all. Oh wow. Oh, plan ahead, kids. Oh, that sentence, I pluralized the wrong word. I'm just gonna jump. I've showed that I do not deserve to be here. Distract them with a beautiful view of a highway. I wrote notes. I could redeem the show. You don't know that this episode is lost. Why did we get the RP Mark II before the EOS R? And you have the answers to that? Seems a little out of line. We had the R first, and then the RP came and disappointed us because it was worse, so much worse. And now we get the update to the RP2. Does that mean that Canon is killing off the R? Oh my god! They're trying to kill me off with this hill. Why did I come down that part? So I think the R6 II is the new R. That series, they're abandoning it. I mean, good. Stop confusing us with too many options. You should have like a budget shit thing that's very little money, and then something much better, but still pretty cheap, and then your flagship thing that nobody will ever buy. So I would do it. I now find myself in a low light scenario. Thankfully, I planned ahead for this very situation. Oh yeah, we've done it. And yes, I did leave the coins on a bark. Oh, it disgusts me at how good I am. I'm such a good human being. Can you imagine the day that someone comes and finds that? Wow, what a surprise. Okay, so we're now on the Sony a7S III with the Zeiss Batis 25mm Tony 2, of course. And we are heading down a hill. It's slippery, I've almost fallen twice. And now the stakes are much worse. Much worse if a fall happens. So when it comes to my disappointment that the RP2 is now the new R and worse, that sucks. But what's weird to me, back in the day, the R5 was better than the R6, but the R6 had the better 4K 60. It was oversampled and just better. The R5 had 4K 120, so nobody cared, but that was cool. Now the R6 II comes out before the R5 II, and it does almost nothing better. Same thing. It did add 180, and don't get me wrong, that was nice, but it wasn't 240, and therefore you're irrelevant in my life.
The truth is never left untunneled. They can't keep us all in chains and muzzles. Desperate to reclaim your righteous hunger, walking in the steps above the sunder. It makes you wonder who would blunder, only souls deep and under. It makes the thunder sound like hunters, but they come in peace with numbers. Unbelievable.
This is so much heavier than the GoPro was, especially all tricked out on this long-ass selfie stick. Why did I do this? Where's my EOS R replacement? R6 II doesn't beat R5. All I. What was that all about? All I. There's no RI. All I in the R6 II when the R had it. So that proves something. We're not exactly learning a lot today, but I find that Canon... It's funny because the R6 II, better than my EOS R in a lot of ways. I think I do prefer the EOS R colors, but they're very similar. I could get by. The ibis wobbles, I don't mind. I don't see anything tempting from Canon that would get me to like, you know what, I need that. I think it's gonna be a long time, because the A7S III with its specs, 4K 120 HD 240, with the low megapixels, that's why it can do it. No one else is sacrificing the hybrid ability. No one's taking photos with this camera, and I don't care. So like, good luck ever beating this camera, anybody. That sucks. It's gonna be a long time before we upgrade. Glimmer glass highlights are in your life. I'm half lit. Huh? So basically, Canon sucks, and our only hope for the future is for Nikon to save us, and we're waiting. I think the next thing they're coming with is that high megapixel thing that competes with the A7 IV. They are just all photography, aren't they, those Nikon freaks? That's how you pronounce Nikon, by the way. It's not Nicky Nornon. So as I await in desperation a new camera to excite me, pump blood into my lifeless body, I realize it's not coming, and we have to wait for the DJI Pocket 3, which is gonna crop in an HD 240, at least a 40% crop on that one. There's nothing, my friends, nothing. I was looking at that Xiaomi 13 Pro or something. What's that gonna do for me? 1-inch type sensor, but really, smartphones are so over sharpened and just jittery weirdness. This is gonna suck, isn't it? Please look out for me, my lord. My lord. He's watching. He's watching me. I lived. Smartphones are just such hell. Like, they always do like 30p, and you get it back and it's 31.6p, and it's just nothing's ever right. I hate you smartphones so much. And there's no front screen. It's like a simple, I'm asking for 1980s technology here. Do you not realize that? Camera industry, we're looking at an X2000 Sony. Speaking of smartphones, huh? Oh, how are we doing on that? I minus comped. I made that video on this, and I did a plus. Oh, we got action. Oh, we got action. Ah, damn it. I had one shot at that. Oh, man. I made a video on this phone. I couldn't believe how overexposed it was. So now we're at minus 1.7 EV. So natural. Could it be? It's a shame that nobody's beaten this Huawei P40 Pro. It's like, it's not even close to being beaten. Every single piece of technology is only getting worse as time goes on. I'm desperate. So Canon, you suck. And I'm going to leave. I'm going to go home in disappointment once again. And was this the cinema? Was that at all stable? This long-ass freak pole? It could have been. What do you think? Canon naming structure need a change? Why don't we have something like the Canon Pluto, the Canon Sapphire 6, Canon Red Beam, frickin' Sony Aqua Wave? That would be so lame. Oh, I wouldn't be caught dead with it, Sony. Unless it's the X4000, if you want to call it. Oh my god! That twig pulled my lav mic thing. That was close. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go hard. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos. See you later.